He lies. You know, he doesn't obey. He's not a good boy.
Right. That's the whole point. Though.
He's actually bad, man. You know, you start thinking when you see this, because if you're used to that other Pinocchio, you're like, I hate this asshole.
Right.
You know, chop his ass up right now and burn him. I mean, he comes to life. You don't even think that's Pinocchio. You look at this right here and you think, is that a goddamn demon?
Yeah, exactly.
Then he spawned from hell. That wasn't magic. Geppetto did a conjuring.
Right. He made a deal with the devil.
Yeah. These days, we've been getting a lot of Pinocchio. And that ain't been really a good thing.
Your name will be Pinocchio.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
That one always gets me. Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
What, you on a roller coaster?
It's like, man, Paulie Show, you 53 years old, still talking like that?
What? People, that is the Paulie Show of Pinocchio right there, which we kind of tore apart.
Oh.
I mean, to the bone.
Down to the bone, boy.
Shit, even Disney, who set the Pinocchio standard, even they couldn't get it right.
Turn around, let me get a look at you.
Oh God! Get it here, go somewhere.
No Pinocchio. I mean, he does that in the original.
No, he does. He does.
No,
that's the Robert Zemeckis remake of Pinocchio, which again got torn apart.
Yeah.
We were part of that. We won the scavengers that picked them bones, man. So along comes Guillermo del Toro and co-director Mark Gustafson with their own version of Pinocchio. Now, normally when a new Guillermo del Toro movie comes out, I'm excited. But being that this is Pinocchio, I'm just kind of like, okay, let's just wait and see what you got. I've been Pinocchioed out. I've been Pinocchio over here.
For real.
Let's see what you got first.
Ass is still hurting.
Yeah. That nose grew right to my ass.
Especially that last one, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that was a whopper.
Oh, yeah.
I got splinters up in here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Zemeckis like, I tore that ass up, didn't I?
Anybody got any tweezers over here? Yeah, man. So, listen. I think this already has some things going for it. For one, it's stop motion. And
I love that.
Yeah, and two, even if you look at this, it looks like it's just a little darker than your average Pinocchio out there. But is that enough, man? As I said, we've had a lot of Pinocchios. We've been hurt by these Pinocchios. So is that enough to get us through? Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for Pinocchio.
Life is such a wonderful gift.
So I'll start by saying this with this movie. This completely belongs on Netflix. Now, that sounds like an insult, but that's not. That's not an insult at all. This is the reason why we have Netflix, our streaming services that don't have to be bound by the whole rigid categorization of movies. Just that with the way we categorize them by demographic, because this, and we categorize them just for mainstream release, theatrically. We say, what demographic is this for? And if you are in this demographic, then you have to stay within these boundaries. You have to do these things that appeal to, especially with children's entertainment. And that's the thing with this. This is, I don't know really exactly who might be for, but it's not for kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, they made the blue fairy more horrifying.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, now, here's the thing with this, man. This is really not for kids. It's not just that kids can't watch it. Little kids might be a little scared from this, if you're real small ones, but I'm not going to insult kids and talk down to kids. Kids can handle more than we think, but that's the thing. They're not the target audience here, man, because this is not very cute. This is not something it's definitely not the Pinocchio that we've been seeing, where it's been softened to really appeal to kids.
Sure.
And marketing. No, not that, man. Adults might look at this and think that it's for them, or maybe it's for fans of Guillermo del Toro. The reason why I say this belongs on Netflix and they don't have to abide by any strict rules is that with this, even with the flaws that this movie has, is really cool to see an artist create exactly what they want. This allows them to do a very honest telling of Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a very honest take on that story. You know, and because the Pinocchio that we know, that Pinocchio has been, as I said, the standard. That's been set by Disney, you know, for the Pinocchio that we're talking about right here. You know, because they want to keep Pinocchio cute for kids out there so they could sell some, you know, dolls and whatnot.
Make him look just like the cartoon.
Yeah. And plus back in the day when Disney made that, before it was the merchandising machine that it is today, back then Disney just wanted to tell, his thing was, I want to entertain the family.
Sure.
I don't want to do anything to, like, you know, scare anybody off or, you know.
Well, that's why the first one's a classic, though.
Exactly. And I love the first Pinocchio, so I'm not even trying to disparage that. But leave it to Guillermo del Toro, though, to show you what a little shit Pinocchio really is, man. Pinocchio, at least from what I understand from the book, the Italian book, The Adventures of Pinocchio, Pinocchio is in the beginning, not only is he not nice, he's a little bastard, man.
Yeah, that's what I think it was Martin was telling us that, yeah.
Yeah,
you say he's a little bastard.
The moment
running around knocking shit over and doing shit.
The moment he comes to life, he starts tearing up Geppetto's house, man. The moment he comes to life, he just looking at it like, what is it? What the f- I like this on the wall. He just and Geppetto like, stop. And he just, no, the hell is you? Shit is mine.
He doesn't stop. He keeps tearing it up.
Yeah, you better get it before I set this shit on fire. Yeah, he's going crazy, man. He lies. You know, he doesn't obey. He's not a good boy.
Right. That's the whole point, though.
He's actually bad, man. You know, you start thinking when you see this, because if you're used to that other Pinocchio, you're like, I hate this asshole.
Right.
You know, chop his ass up right now and burn him. I mean, he comes to life. You don't even think that's Pinocchio. You look at this right here and you think, is that a goddamn demon?
Yeah, exactly.
Then he spawned from hell. That wasn't magic. Geppetto did a conjuring.
Right. He made a deal with the devil.
Yeah. He's supposed to be bad at first because you're supposed to doubt if he can ever earn the right to be a real boy.
Exactly.
Or if he can just earn the right to actually, or earn the position of just being a good son. He don't know, man. He doesn't know between right and wrong, so he's just going crazy. So you're looking at this and you're like, he has to earn the right, not even to be. There should be no doing this to earn a reward to be a real boy. He should be doing this because he's selfless and he wants to be a good son and he wants to be a good person.
Sure.
And the movie actually, you know, it touches on that. You know, he has a long way to go to being just a decent person or a piece of wood or whatever right here, man. The story is a success if they can make you like Pinocchio. And that's ultimately the success of this film. You know, getting you to like characters that at first are probably not that likable for one reason or another. We'll get on that in a little bit. But I loved Guillermo del Toro's approach here. You know, Pinocchio's already a dark story. Even the Disney one was a little dark at some point. But of course, Guillermo del Toro said, you know, it's not dark enough. We need him to be a monster.
Just get the shit out of you.
Yes. You know, so what he did was he needs to be a creature. You know, what they did here though is that first of all they set this in and I thought this was pretty brilliant right here. In order to make this stand on its own, they set this in fascist Italy. And the movie starts by killing the kid, starts by making Geppetto a drunk.
Jesus.
Because he can't handle, you know, his kid dying.
Right.
Geppetto, who's played here by David Bradley, who you saw in Harry Potter and Game of Thrones.
And World's End?
Was in, oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He sure was. Now, only Geppetto would say that a giant sea monster and an evil carnival master, you know, all that's not enough. You know, fascists running around everywhere. You know, that's not enough. You know, in addition to having sea monsters and schemers and con men, we need Mussolini in here. You know,
wow.
We need Italian dictator,
right?
Mussolini up in here, man. And that blue fairy, I want to hear that shit. Nah, she's too nice.
Yep.
Nah, she can come in and have a little cameo, but we bring a sister in here who's actually the underworld ruler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I think that's Tilda Swinton who might be doing that voice right there.
Good casting.
It is.
Tilda Swinton can put a chill through you with that voice, boy.
Yeah.
That white witch voice.
Yep. Oh yeah. She gets it here, man. No, it's very creepy, man.
Yeah, look at her.
Yeah.
And she's got like that, almost like that Griffin kind of body going on.
Yeah, she does. This is probably the freakiest Pinocchio that I've seen yet. And keep in mind, I've seen Pinocchio in space.
Meet Pinocchio's pals, old and new. His father, Geppetto. Marvel's Astro, the sky-flying, rocket-swallowing whale.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, man, look what you done did.
This is your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, people,
I think I saw that.
it used to come on when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It used to come on TV all the time, man. It was crazy. Pinocchio in space. I think this was made like in 1950 something.
I think I
maybe
saw that,
40
yeah.
something. That trailer didn't even touch on how crazy this is.
He began to grow selfish, inconsiderate. At last, he goes.
God damn. Okay, he's a little asshole in this one, too.
Oh, completely.
First of all, he was sitting on the dog, then he kicks the dog.
Yeah, you hear that dog?
Yeah.
I mean, he hurt that dog. Dog didn't go like, he was like, the dog went to a scream.
But he started off sitting on him. You saw it, right? Wasn't he sitting on him?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, look at him. And dog is like, please, Pinocchio, get off me.
So selfish,
I'll get off you all right.
At last, he goes.
Oh, you want me to get off you, huh? Oh, you want me to get off you? Mother. Should have just let me sit on you. I would have kicked your ass. He smiled the whole time.
The animation here is beautiful, man.
Oh, man, I love that stuff.
Yeah, the animation here is gorgeous. I mean, I don't have to tell you that. What really got me with this though is that, you know, they aren't designed to be cute. As I told you that, I just told you Pinocchio looks like a demonic woodland imp. But the thing is, I kept, and there's a beauty in that itself.
Sure.
But I kept wondering how the animation was so smooth on puppets. And I'm not talking about Pinocchio, the little miniatures that the stop motion
Miniatures.
figures. They're called puppets. And all these puppets, man, there's so much detail. They all look like they're carved from wood. I'm sure they did it with 3D printers and whatnot.
Sure.
But I mean, there's
smooth.
Yeah, and there's so many details. And I know that they were like taking off the face and putting on another one, but the detail was smooth, man. It's like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they did it. And this is
fluid, I guess, is the word.
Yeah, very fluid.
That's a good word.
And it's not, thank you. That's a very good word. And it's not and I don't think that there's a whole lot of CG assistance here except for, you know, maybe moving the characters by hand, but I don't think these characters are CG at all, you know. It's the story to me that's just a little bit clunky because there's just a lot going on. And it feels like Guillermo del Toro and Mark Gustafson, they had a lot of ideas that they wanted to do to raise us above do a nice take that's Farley, very much a depart from Farley. I just made up a word. Farley.
I don't know if they know.
Chris Farley. That they want to do a great departure from the Pinocchio that we know.
Right.
And they had a lot of ideas, and I think they tried to put a lot of these ideas in there, and I don't think they always went smoothly together.
Seems like they wanted to distance themselves from pretty much anything that had resembled any of the Pinocchios we've seen.
The thing with this is that he's taken on a lot of ideas, and I think he's taken on these ideas, as you say, to just be a great departure from this Pinocchio that we know. You know, his ideas of the character that we see here, who's voiced by Christoph Waltz. Let me see if I can find him here. You know, we have
Honest John, or
we have well, they don't have Honest John. They have kind of a amalgamation of all those characters. Honest John, Stromboli. Yeah, Christoph Waltz. Here, he's Count Colpi, I think is what his name is, and there's a lot going on between him and where he pretty much makes Pinocchio an indentured servant, pretty much a slave. You know, you work for me, and as long as you keep owing me money, you can't get out. Right. You know, there's that storyline going on. There's the whole thing with fascist Italy and a fascist. You have a fascist leader in town who's voiced by Ron Perlman, who wants Pinocchio because Pinocchio, he dies so much that they figure that, you know what, and he keeps going to the underworld. That makes him the perfect soldier. Makes him perfect Nazi fascist material. You know, he keeps dying and coming back. You can't kill him. But he's dying a lot. Now, these are a lot of ideas that I think they work pretty great individually, but flowing together, I don't know, man. But it is very dark, and it's not bad at all. Also, to show you how dark they get with this, man, there's the character of, and I kind of like this. There's the character of, and let me find that character here. There's the character of, what you say?
No, I'm guessing. But maybe not.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the character here. It's pretty interesting. I'll just use this frame here. Sprezzatura. That's the monkey back there.
Oh, okay.
Voiced by Cate Blanchett, who goes to the movie mostly. But
all right, Kate.
Yeah, there's a few moments, and it's kind of a cool idea. I don't know if it's for everybody, but the monkey only talks when it's operating puppets. Other than that, it just behaves like a regular monkey. It's a cool character, but that monkey is tormented, man.
Oh wow.
That Christoph Waltz character physically abuses that monkey. And that's one of the things in the movie that's kind of disturbing that kids would really be taken aback with.
Beating the shit out of that monkey.
He beat the shit.
No, man.
He slave beat that monkey over there, man. Talking shit to me. What the hell?
Oh, man.
Yeah. They
talking while he's beating.
While he's beating him.
Oh, man.
I took you out the slums and I'll put you back, you bitch. You know, he's like beating. And the whole time,
God.
I was like, Jesus. Now, this is why I say, kids don't even be looking at this.
I don't even want to laugh, man. It's too late. Get beat.
He's like, how dare you betray me like this? What the hell were you doing? I heard you talking shit about me. Man, he beat the monkey's ass, man. And I was in the movie theater. I was like, whoa. I was like, stop it. Stop it.
You killed him.
You kill, yeah.
Oh, Lord, don't kill him.
Ewan McGregor, man. Ewan McGregor is who plays Jiminy Cricket here. I don't think they used Jiminy Cricket very well in the beginning, man. Now, Ewan McGregor is a great narrator as the voice of Jiminy Cricket. I don't even know if his name is Jiminy here. But I like the idea that he wanted to be a writer and somehow got roped into this because he thought, well, this a wooden boy come to life. Well, this is my ticket, man.
Sure.
To stardom right here. But they clumsily kind of wove into Pinocchio's story. I think because they used him for humor a lot of the time in the beginning. Like they spent a lot of the movie just squishing him. Which they do in the book, but he gets squished a lot. And boy, in the theater, every time he got squished, there was some sadistic son of a bitch who just
laughing his ass off.
Yeah, every time he got squished, had one of them guffaws.
So the blue fairy keeps bringing him back to life?
I'll let you.
All right, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll just watch it. But he gets squished a lot.
He gets squished a lot. They just torture this between that monkey and his cricket. They squish it, but his is more for comedic effect.
Right.
That monkey was not meant to be funny.
Yeah, right now.
It's like, geez.
Was he beating with a whip?
A cane.
Oh God. A cane. Jesus. So he's thumping his ass. Yeah,
what the hell did you tell Pinocchio about me? You asshole.
Like most of Guillermo del Toro's stories, man, there's a lot of heart in the darkness of what we have here. Even in some, I think that's why his movies succeed so well, because even when those movies, and this has a lot in common. I'll see if I can pull this up for you. This is very similar in certain themes to Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers Pan's Labyrinth out there. If you haven't seen it, great film.
Visually just stunning. Yes,
it's a great movie. It also has a lot of fantasy in it, and it's also very dark. And it seemed like it could be suitable for kids, but you realize very quickly that this is a little too dark for that.
Wanted her back.
mark her return.
Now, this is pitched very much as a fantasy film, but a lot of this, a lot of it is the horror movie, and a lot of it takes place in fascist Italy.
Yeah.
From Picture House and the imagination of Guillermo del Toro.
And there's a lot of gruesome imagery in this movie. You know, Pinocchio's not that dark, but they do share a lot in common. But the thing between that they had that both those movies have in common between them is Pan's Labyrinth and Pinocchio and some other of Guillermo del Toro's movies, maybe with the exception of something like Nightmare Alley. There's a heart underneath all that darkness, underneath all that violence, underneath all those scary images, you know, and weird images, man. And that's what this movie has. All the things that I might have thought were clunky before, and all the characters that I thought, you know, I was not being drawn to, like I wanted to be in the beginning, by the end, man, I mean, this thing might have you on the verge of tears. It's a very heartfelt and emotional and very, very bittersweet ending. I'd say that's one of the best things about it, that movie can end with that much heart, you know, despite whether things before this worked or not. With this, it almost seems like they were experimenting with this film in a way. And it still feels like it hasn't completely found itself, you know, to where it just flows very smoothly. But I enjoyed most of it, man. And and even the stuff that I didn't think worked very well, I respected that a lot.
Sure.
When it wasn't hitting for me all completely, I'd still respected the hell out of the film. So I give this a really high matinee.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed this, man. Definitely recommend watching this. Don't get it confused now and think that this is something you should like put the kids in front of. Don't put your 6-year-old in front of this. They be screaming all night. Yeah, when they watch that monkey get beat, they're gonna be crying their ass off, man. Stop it! Stop it!
I said, was it whip? He said, no, man, it was a cane.
He pulled out a cane and beat pulled out a cane. He beat the shit out that monkey, man. Yeah, I mean, he said it was disturbing because sound like a human animal. Yeah, you want this shit? You want to see it? Look, that cane right there.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was raising cane, boy. Yeah, man. It's there. He beat him with the heavy end of it, man. Yeah, he beat him with the gold end. Gave him a golden ass.
Yeah, that's right. You want to fuck around? You want to be a smart. Talk all that shit. Okay,
I knew it was going to happen. That monkey was doing some stuff. Like, maybe you don't
run his mouth.
Yeah. He said, man, if you don't stop,
he going to hear you.
I heard what the hell you said. What did you tell me, Pinocchio?